be beaming, I be booming down that block. Everywhere you go, you know they know I'm hot. I be
What is the deal, my good people? Welcome back to the channel. Happy Monday. I hope you all are doing well. If this is your first time here, I want to welcome you. Pull up a seat. I hope you enjoyed the content. And before we get into this food, I want to ask that you like, comment, share, subscribe, and go ahead and tap that bell while you're at it so you can be notified anytime I drop a brand new video, go live, or schedule a premiere. All right, y'all, let's go ahead and get into this food. Today, I am having a seafood ramen. So let me give you a close look. And there should also have been a close-up in the beginning of the video too. All right, I'll let you know exactly what I have in here. All right, y'all, so I have some boiled eggs, I have some mussels, I have some shrimp, I have some tuna steaks, I have veggies in here, I got some broccoli, some spinach, some asparagus. That's what I made. I was feeling it, y'all. I was like, I want some ramen, but I had to hook it up. Of course. All right, y'all, so let me give y'all the first bite. I had to switch those chopsticks out. Kept on slipping out of my hand. I couldn't get them together, so here goes the first bite. We got a shrimp, we got some veggies. Good. My sriracha tastes bomb. The green onions, like, they just add an extra little flavor to me. How y'all doing? Yo, it's so late in the day. It's like 4 o'clock right now. It's like 4 or something. I'm like, I'm still gonna do this video. I kind of wasn't feeling it, but I was like, I'm gonna do this video and get it out. I took a couple days off. Welcome to everybody that is brand new to the channel. Happy to have you here at the GP fam. GP does stand for good people, so that's why I call y'all. So welcome, welcome. Hope you guys are enjoying the content so far. Yeah, I took a couple days off. I had a lot of work to do. As a lot of y'all saw, I was over Steph and Tasha's house. We did some videos and had some other stuff to do too. And you know, the weekend of course ended on such a sad note. I definitely want to take a moment out to send my condolences to everybody that was in that helicopter accident yesterday. So tragic, very sad. So it's kind of, you know, I kind of been in a bit of a mood. You know what I'm saying? I've been in the mood. So but I was like, I gotta get this video done. So here we are, y'all. And if you are new to the channel, this is gonna be the finale of a story time about my Sweet 16. This is the finale, but if you tap on the playlist, you will be able to see a Sweet 16 option. Click on it and you can watch the from the beginning and get caught up. I have some tuna steaks in here. Let me give y'all a bite with some tuna. I don't know if there are any tuna steak fans out there, but I've never had tuna steak in ramen or with ramen, but that's good. It's real good. So I'm gonna get ready to jump into story time, y'all. We left off with the aftermath of the party. The day after me going to school that Monday, that's where I pick up from. So we go through all the aftermath. Things kind of settle down after all the madness. You know, like that week, people are still talking about the party, but by the end of the week, things kind of die down. So I'm going to fast forward a little to you guys know I got a car, so I needed to get my permit. Now my school didn't offer driver's school, so I had to get it at this company that was like not too far from the house. So me and my other best friend at the time, we signed up. We knocked everything out in the weekend. Super excited, right? So you have your permit for X amount of, I don't even know what it is now because I've been driving for so long. You get your permit first. Then you take the written exam, then the driving exam. I'm super excited. I make my appointment at the DMV. You know, I'm ready to go in. I've studied. I'm ready. Take my written exam. Perfect. Get my score. I missed a couple, but I passed. So now it's time for me to come back, and I have to schedule the driving part of the exam. So I decided to go. I didn't want to go on the weekend. I wanted to go on like a Wednesday or a day during the week when it was light traffic. Everybody would more likely be at work, you know, so some traffic, but light traffic. So I ended up getting an appointment on a Wednesday morning at like 10:15. So I get my appointment. And I'll tell you, my exam was so easy. I didn't do much. They had me get on the freeway, get off on the next exit, pull up to a curb and park. There were no other cars around me. And I drove around a very quiet neighborhood. There was no traffic, no cars. So I didn't really encounter anything. I passed my exam with flying colors, y'all. Side note, I've just learned how to parallel park within the last 3 years. So all these years I've been driving, I've had my license since I was 16 years old, and I'm about to be 39. I just learned how to parallel park, y'all. So I said all that to say, I wish I would have learned out the gate, because I can't tell you how many parking spaces I have missed out on because I was just deathly afraid of just wiping out and hitting all these cars, you know? So anyways, so I passed my exam. I'm excited. I'm hyped. I can't believe it. Because I'm going to tell y'all, it was torture looking at my car parked in the driveway every day. You know, because up until me getting my license, I was taking the bus. I was still taking the school bus to get to school. I would come home, leave, see that car in the driveway, come home, see that car in the driveway. So, of course, I was very motivated to study and get my license. So here we are, the day, get my license. I get home, I'm excited because one of my parents drove me there to get the to take the exam. So I drove home, right? So they're in the car with me. I think it was my mom that took me. No, it was my dad. My dad took me. So I'm excited. So I drive home. The DMV is not that far from our house. So I drive home and I'm excited. So I want to say, was I out of school? This was the middle of the week for sure. I don't know if I took the whole day out of school for this or not. So I'm just going to say, going into that Thursday, I knew that was going to be my first time I didn't have to take the bus. So the night before, my parents lay out all the ground rules. Rhonda, you are not to have anybody in this car. Only me and your dad can be in the car with you. Don't have any of your friends. Like, you need to get used to driving before you can do all of that. Secondly, you know, you got the car because you need to be able to get back and forth between practice and stuff. But that's all you need to be doing. Get there. When school is done, practice is done, come back home. Unless we discuss you going other places. All right, cool. So that was the agreement. So Thursday morning, y'all know I wake up extra early. They feel like the first day of school. I wake up early. I wore this blue shirt. It was a navy blue shirt, y'all, with these Mickey Mouse shorts. That was like the style back then. It was like the windbreaker material on these shorts. I had on like these Nautica looking like boat shoes, because that was the style. And I remember just being excited. I had these sunglasses on. They had these orange lenses. And they had like this cheetah print on the side. So I was excited about going to school, driving for the first time. So what do? I already talked to my godbrother the night before. My godbrother was my best friend as well. Told him what time I was picking him up. Yes, y'all. Of course, I'm not listening to my parents. I'm being a teenager. I told him, like, hey, I'm going to be at your house at 7:30. He was like, all right. I don't got to catch the bus. You ain't got to catch the bus. I'm coming to get you. My parents don't let me drive. So I told him, of course, the stipulations, but he was like, are you sure? I'm like, yeah, it's gonna be cool. We just going to school, coming home, that's it. So I get to his house, he's waiting on me. He's outside, hops in, ready to go. We go to school. So it was a McDonald's at the corner of our school. Like, you had to walk all the way up this long stretch, like this long stretch to get to McDonald's, but people would always go to McDonald's and come back. It felt good to be able to pull up in the drive-thru, order our food, and drive straight to school. So we're like, yeah, we can get used to this. Cool. We get to school. I don't want to get out the car. I get out the car. I'm just checking it out. Like, I'm admiring my car because I can't believe it's mine. People see me getting out the car like, oh, Rhonda, you driving your car? Okay, I see you. So, I'm just excited, right? So, I can go into school, go to all my classes, and I just can't wait for the day to be over. Like, I'm excited to get back in the car and drive, So, I end up seeing one of my friends during lunch. She's like, Rhonda, can you take me home? I was like, nah, I'm gonna go straight home. I'm cool. Like, I'm gonna go straight home. I don't want no issues. But then my other friend was like, hey, Rhonda, you and your godbrother, y'all want to come through and pick up something after school? Like, can you come to the house real quick? I forget what she needed me to pick up. But I was like, okay, let me just stop by real quick. Of course, I was cool with it because it was something that I needed that was at her house. And I was like, all right, I'm going to come through your house and pick it up. Cool. She didn't come to my party. This particular friend, Leilani, didn't come to the party. She was like, cool, I can see your car. I'm like, all right, cool. So I'll be there right after school. I was like, give me like 15 minutes and I'll be there right after school. Okay. So me and my godbrother, we get in the car. And he's like, oh, where we going? I'm like, we going to Leilani's house. He was like, I thought you had to go straight home. I'm like, well, it's just up the street. So now, mind y'all, let me set this up for y'all. Leilani's house was in the cut, okay? Where we lived at out here was like the suburbs, right? So where she lived at was some whole other thing. Like, we lived like in a regular neighborhood. Now I say regular because it's what everybody is kind of used to. By the way her house was set up, out here is a lot of orange groves, okay? It's a lot of orange groves out this way. And in her house was like in the middle of these orange groves, y'all, but like in the cut. It was very like a creepy, eerie place to be at night. And her closest neighbor was like a mile away. So I mean, literally, she's in the middle of nowhere, okay? So we on our way to Leilani's house. We drive. I'm gonna say she lived about 2 to 3 miles away from the school. But again, by the time you get away from the school, like a mile away, getting that other mile, get into her house, you kind of feel like you're in the middle of nowhere. So I'm driving, and I see something in the middle of the street. It looks like a bag to me. So I just drive over it. I don't even try to swerve out the way. Y'all, I go over it, and bang, right? We kind of flew in the air a little bit, then came down, bam, right? And so I'm like, oh. So you could feel right away that something was wrong with the tire. I was like, dang. So we're not that far from her house, but we're also not really close either. You get what I'm saying? Like, not to where we could get out and push the car. You needed to drive. You know what I'm saying? And for me, we didn't have cell phones, so I didn't have any way to communicate with anybody. Again, we're in the middle of nowhere. I don't know the next time a car is going to drive by. And you don't want to be here when it's dark. You do not want to be in the middle of these orange groves when it's dark. Trust me, you don't. So I'm like, I'm going to keep on driving. My godbrother's like, no, don't drive. You're going to mess the car up. I'm like, nah, we are almost there. I'm going to drive really, really slow. So I'm driving. Pow, pow, pow. Like, that's all you hear is I'm driving very slow, but you just hear this noise. It don't sound good. I'm nervous. I'm like, I'm about to ruin this car, and this is my very first day in it. So I'm freaking out. We finally make it to Leilani's house. Her parents are not there because I sure wanted somebody to look at it. Her dad, her mom, anybody to tell me if I messed my car up. So we go in the house. She gives me whatever she needs to give me. She was like, well, you need to call your mom. I'm like, I'm scared to call my mom. She was like, well, what you gonna do? Like, I mean, the car, you can't be stuck here all night. They will come looking for you. Now, mind you, I was also the kind of kid where my mom would like, or my mom and dad would like, my mom would say, Rhonda, call me when you make it home. I want to know that you're safe. So I called my mom around the time I'm supposed to get home. I call her. Hey Rhonda, what's going on? How was the first day? What you driving? How'd it go? You made it home safely? Yada, yada, yada. So I'm responding back to her. And a couple minutes into the call, a couple minutes in, she like, Rhonda, what's going on? You sound a little funny. I'm like, nothing. She was like, no, what's going on? So I started crying because I'm freaking out. She was like, Rhonda, what is wrong? I was like, I got in an accident. Look, I guess an accident, Mom. She was like, an accident? How is the car? Where's the car at? Is it okay? I was thinking like, dang, what about me? You know, but obviously she thought I was okay because I was having a conversation with her and responding back to her before, you know, we got into this conversation about the car. So she's like, Rhonda, what did you hit? I'm like, I ran over a boulder, a rock or something. I don't know what it is, but the tire is messed up. So she's like, oh my God, let me get AAA out there. So I give her Leilani's address and she sends AAA to the house. So AAA gets there like 40 minutes later. I'm freaking out. My dad works graveyard, so I know he's not home yet, but I'm calling my mom, giving her updates because she can't leave. She's working and she's a branch manager and it's hard for her to leave. So AAA finally gets there. And I'm thinking that, you know, I don't want to go home with a donut on my car. I need a tire. This tire got to get fixed. Like, what's up? So he was like, you know, ma'am, I could only put a donut on your car. You're going to have to get that situated. And I'm like, what? I need a tire. Like, I'm scrambling. I'm panicking. And he was just like, you know, you can go to any tire shop, you know, whatever. This is probably how much it's going to cost. I was like, oh, my God, right? So I'm freaking out. I am totally freaking out. I'm nervous. I'm scared to go home. And I just don't know what to do. I'm like, why didn't I just take my butt home? You know, of course, I'm like not second guessing, but I'm mad at myself. Like, Rhonda, really? Like, why did you have to go over Leilani's house? She could have brought whatever I needed to pick up. She could have brought it to school the next day. But no, I want a joyride. So my god brother is like just watching because there's nothing that he really can do. The guy from AAA, let me say all this too. He was like, you know, were you driving on the car? Did you drive on it after the tire went out? I was like, yeah, I did drive a little bit. He was like, okay, well, I don't know how far you drove, but I'm glad you stopped when you did because you almost messed up the axle. So I'm like, I don't know what that means. He telling me how important it is. I'm like, oh my God, right? So I'm even more upset at myself. So I called my mom. I'm like, hey, Mom, I'm about to leave Leilani's house. I'm going to have a donut on my car. The spare tire is there. You know, I got to drive slow. I'm going to get home. I'll call you when I get there. So I was supposed to be parking my car in the driveway. But parking it in the driveway means my dad would see the spare tire as soon as he got home. So my mom was like, park it on the street. Park your car on the street. The way your dad comes in, he won't see the spare tire, hopefully, right? He won't see it because the way he comes on the street, the way he drives in. So I'm like, all right. But knowing my dad, I knew my dad was going to see something. I'm like, this ain't going to go well. I know it ain't. So I'm freaking out. My dad gets home at like, I don't know, 12, 1, something like that. So I'm just waiting for him to get home and come in my room and ask me what happened. Because I'm like, here we go, Rhonda. So he gets home. I peek out of the blinds. And he parks the car in the driveway. And he comes into the house, right? So I'm like, cool. He didn't notice. He didn't even go look, right? Nah. My dad comes in the house. I hear the microwave open and close for him to see like what we have for dinner. Then I hear the front door again. I go back to the blinds. I look out the blinds. My dad goes to my car, walks around the perimeter of the entire car, and I'm like, dang. Like, if he would have just stood like at the edge of the driveway and looked, he wouldn't have even noticed. But he looked at the whole car, walked all the way around, came in the house, and I just took my butt downstairs. I went downstairs to meet him because I'm like, I know I'm in trouble. He was like, Rhonda, what happened? And I told him, and he was like, I thought I told you, you're supposed to come straight home. What were you doing at Leilani's house? Like, why don't you listen? So he didn't know my god brother was in the car. I couldn't tell him that part. My mom knew that part because I couldn't make him more upset than he already was. So next day, my dad gets my tire fixed, and he just tells me like, Rhonda, look, when I tell you, you need to go straight home, straight to school, come home, and that's it. No extra stops. And so, you know, I got it together. And I started doing exactly what my dad told me to do at that point, and my mom as well, you know, because I know I was wrong, but I was excited, y'all, about having that license. Like, I don't know. I was just ready. I'm going to say after about, I don't know, a month or two of me driving, my parents became more comfortable with me driving. You know, I started running errands for them. And they just like, you know, they just wanted to feel safe with me, you know, being a teenage driver, which makes total sense before I started having people in the car like that and putting their lives in my hand. You know what I'm saying? So after that, I was able, after that month or two, I was able to start having my friends in the car. And I would drive all the time. I was always a driver. And I had no problem with that. You know, I had a good time in high school. And having a car made it even better. It was much easier to get things done, go places, hang out. Not have to wait for your parents to, you know, pick you up, drop you off. So, I mean, that just made my high school experience that much better. So that's the end of the Sweet 16, y'all. That's kind of how everything panned out. I know, man, a wild ride, literally all of it. So again, if you have not, if this is your first time seeing this channel, this is the finale of the Sweet 16 story time. So please go back and watch from part 1 so you can see how this all started, okay? Because, just shaking my head, all right, y'all? So again, thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for checking out the channel. I appreciate y'all. I'll be back tomorrow. But until then, I want you to do one thing. Be good to yourself. Peace.
I be beaming, I be booming down that block. Everywhere you go, you know they know I'm hot.